Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hello, Bob and Chris are here. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday, 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 and Monday. Did I say Monday? I think I said Monday. Hope everybody had an exciting weekend. I am unsupervised tonight. Jim had a large thing to go to. So he'll be back later. Not sure what time later, but sometime later. So anyway, what do you mean shoot? I'm not good enough for you? Gotta have him here all the time? Go to the corner, Chris. Go to the corner. Go to the corner. Yes, what? Yes, he has to be here all the time, or yes, it's fine with me here. Choose your final answer. Oh, well, fine. Gotta go. Bye. See ya. Meanie. Meanie. You're such a meanie. What is with this camera today? There we go. That's better. No, it's not. The hell? Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, he says. Don't let it happen again. I kick your butt. I don't think I can't remotely kick your butt. Anyway. Sherry has arrived. What's up, Sherry, 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 Sherry? Sherry, Chris is being mean to me. Let me see if I can fix this camera here. No, no, not that. I don't want that. Go away. Get off my screen. There we go. That's what we. Hurry up. No, not that either. Stop pushing the wrong button. I didn't do anything. Chris is all upset because Jim went out tonight and he said, I'm not good enough. Pretty much is what he said. So, and then he took it back and said he was sorry. So, you know, I told him I was going to kick his butt remote control. Oh, we are zoomed all the way out. Okay. Alright. Okay. I guess that works. Sherry, how was your weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. What is going on here? Let's play with this. Coffee and donuts, anyone? The woofer's cracked. I'm back in line. Pastries to the right of you. Coffee to the left. We've got hot chocolate here. We have espresso here. We have all different types of coffees over here. We've got all your flavors up there. Uneventful getting the camper ready to roll. Oh, what else we got back here? Oh, we got pastries back here. Stop following me, camera. We got pastries back there. And I don't know what else is back there. I'm at home. I'm at the apartment. I'm just playing with the backgrounds here. See, I can change it to an office. I can change it to nothing. Chris has news. What is your news, Chris? I can change it to whatever that weird thing is. No, no mountains. What is this? Oh, look at that's kind of boring. That room needs some color. Look how blah that is. Oh, blah. With that goofy lamp. I don't even like that lamp. Let me see the couch. Yes, the tour. Need some flowers. Oh, they got a plants? We need some flowers in here. It's just very boring room. Very blah. I don't like it. We can do that. I don't want to wear it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough playing for today. All right. Yes, what about the tour? Yes, the weekend was disgustingly disgusting. I had a gig on Saturday afternoon, and I don't think, even with the fan that I brought with me, I don't think I stopped sweating once. Yeah, it was kind of nasty. I guess he's not going to tell us. Oh well. So what else is going on, Sherry? What's the word on the street? How much stuff could you possibly add? You're in a Jeep. Stock in the deodorant companies are through the roof. I bet they are. Gotta make sure you gotta keep the pits from stinking, you know what I'm saying? Keep them pits from stinking. Nobody needs any stinky pits. No stinky pits. Nobody likes stinky pits. 3-bedroom house full of stuff for a family of 3. Fatima! Hi, Fatima. You have a 3-bedroom house full of stuff for a family of 3. You don't need any. I thought you were in New Mexico in your Jeep. I'm confused. I mean, I know you left your house, but I thought you had already sold your house. You have to figure out how to keep your citizenship while not having an address. You never listen. He said, "Excuse me, sir. Pop, pop, pop." I don't know if that's really an issue, Chris, seriously speaking, because you're obviously a citizen. So if you travel, I mean, a lot of people do it, right? They travel the world, takes them 4 years or however long it takes. But that's El Paso, Texas. It's not like you had to cross the border. I mean, we've never really talked about this, right? So you kind of have to like help me along. We have good snacks for corner people. Are they? I'm sure they're not this. Are they the same quality as Lurker Lounge snacks? Sherry's getting a new propane tank on Wednesday for a new propane stove. Bill got a new cap on the truck. I named his truck Domino, white truck with black accents. Well, there you go. That's a good name for it. That's original. Now all you have to do, Sherry, is paint random black dots all over it. I have escapees. I want a residency in North Dakota, but I have to figure out if I can keep that address while overseas. Shrimp on the barbecue and fruit salad. Okay. Well, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but Google is your friend, right? So if you're only using North Dakota and a general mail service as a physical address, right? I don't think you really have to say anything to anybody. Just keep track of your mail so you don't get any surprises. You know what I'm saying? Um, but thousands of people travel the world all the time, and I think they just like go, you know. I don't think they really say anything to anybody about it unless they need somebody to watch the house or whatever. There's this couple on Instagram. I don't know how old the videos are because they just randomly pop up on my Instagram page. Um, and they were leaving for I think the guy said it was 4 months to, he was going to take a trip they were going to take a trip from Florida to Alaska. And I guess they were going to be there for the summer or whatever, and then start heading back to Florida in the wintertime. And they had live in a house, but I'm assuming that they just like we're going to have somebody watch the house while they were gone. I know it's not out of the country, but it's along the same lines. And then on this other YouTube channel that I watch sometimes, this one guy ran into a couple who were actually overlanding around the world. They were on their second month, and they said it's very expensive because when they had to get across bodies of water, they had to have their truck shipped by boat. And but they were on their second month, and they had already seen Finland, Sweden, Norway, India. What else? There was like 7 countries they had already been to in 2 months. So I don't know how they planned it out, how long it took them to plan it out. But they were finally in Canada, and we're visiting Canada, and then we're going to drop down into the United States and tootle around down here, and then they were going to jump back across the pond and go to England and Ireland and Scotland and all that. So I don't know if you really need a dual residence. This couple were from Norway, and all they had were a visa. Diane. So they were on like a 6-month visa or something like that. Yeah, you have to Google it. Get some more information. Norway. Oh, Sherry wants Norway to win the cup. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. You'll figure it out. Tracy and the Chuck. You have a year and a half to do all of your research. Bobby is here and present. Oh, shit. Your beach balls are going to be delayed another week. I forgot to bring them home. Sherry and Bobby. So next weekend I will mail them out. My fault. I'm sorry. The Chuck is finishing up bailing. Then he will be along. Well, alrighty. Fatima lived a year overseas, even paid U.S. taxes from there. No problem with citizenship. Yeah. I didn't think there was. Did we have a girl at work who was born in Haiti, but her family left Haiti before she was talking? And they came here, so she doesn't have a Haitian accent. She speaks perfect English, but she has dual citizenship in both Haiti and the United States. And every 5 years, she has to go to Haiti and spend some time there to keep her citizenship. So it's either coming up or she just came back. But this is the end of another 5th year for her. So she has to go and hang out in Haiti for however long it is. And then I think she went there for vacation or whatever and then came back. So that's how she keeps her dual citizenship. So anyway, that's how that works. Yeah, for her, it's every 5 years because her second citizenship is here. Her original citizenship is in Haiti. So, and that's how that works. What else is going on, peeps? We had rain all day today. It started out humid, a little humid this morning. Didn't get any higher than 73 degrees, at least where I am. And I left work and it was breezy and it got actually like a little nippy out. So a nice reprieve from the weekend. Scott, please. Scott, please. Refrain from the excitement. Oh, you don't have any power? We didn't lose any power here. So let's see what else. Jim's at a meeting. Jim's meeting tonight is called, the theme of the meeting is called Silly Hat Night. Fatima, remember years ago we did Silly Hat Saturday? Same concept, but in lodge form. So they're all wearing their silly hats tonight. It's so hot. Tracy got the bale hay a day early. She has blisters on her hand from the stupid steering wheel. I do not like sweating. Not one bit. Ice cream for supper. You go, girl. She got blisters from the hot steering wheel? That's crazy. Yeah, Silly Hat Saturday. So he's at a Silly Hat meeting tonight, and when he told me that, I cracked up laughing. I have the video to prove it. Wow, it's humid in New Mexico. How did that happen? Yeah, you got a blister from the steering wheel. Oh, it's old and yucky. All right, you left that part out. Come on, girl. Yeah, I didn't see him walk out with a hat, unless he's got them all in his trunk, which is possible. Oh, it rained in New Mexico. Okay. It's allowed. But we were so dry out here, we really needed the rain. Like, really bad. And it's going to rain again tomorrow and half the week. So, the seat has a floor mat to sit on. So, not comfortable. Girlfriend! Tell Chuck to put some new upholstery on that seat. No, it's over there. It's sitting over there. I have the Lego the Jeep thing I have to do too. This was a freebie. This is actually a. It's not Lego. It's a Lego type of company. It's a Jeep dealership. That's what this box is. So it's a service center and a dealership, and it's only 2 bags. That would be cool to do. Shouldn't take that long. Tractor seats are like $100. She's sitting on a floor mat. You know that can't be comfortable. As long as there's no spring going up your butt, that's all that makes a difference. She's like, I sit on the floor mat so no springs do go up my butt. And what else? The gig was freaking hot. And I had a fan with me. And I was under a pavilion. And it was still hot. Like, we got a gust of breeze maybe once an hour. And I don't think I stopped sweating, even though I had a fan with me. I went through 3 those washcloth sized terry towels from wiping myself off all the time. I had brought water. I even dumped the water on my head. They brought me a bag of ice from the store, the campground store. So I put that in the cooler. I was putting ice cubes down my bra, like the whole nine. Like, it was pretty funny. It was very uncomfortable. I'm not happy. No, I was outside, Fatima. I was doing a pool party. um, hey, Miguel. What else? What was I going to say? And then Saturday night, Ryan Hall went live, right? So we got back at like 5 o'clock, 10 after 5. And Ryan Hall was live. And he said we were getting storms. And like the storms that my mom had up here on Friday night, we got down there on Saturday night. So it was like 9:45. All of a sudden, the freaking wind started blowing. It was like 70-mile-an-hour winds down there. I brought the awning in on the camper so it wouldn't break off. And like it was such a great feeling. I sat outside. Like, if you're gonna rain, whenever you rain, that's fine. But I'm gonna stand out here and enjoy this wind because it dropped the temperature like 20 degrees. And so we're sitting outside, like nothing's going on. We're enjoying the breeze, blah, blah. And then, like 5 minutes later, the raindrops started coming and it's blowing and it's raining. And by that time, we had already gone inside, and it was like 15 minutes, it was gone, done. And then it just like rained after that. I'm like, holy crap. But my mom said that had happened on Friday night. It blew our garbage can into the driveway. So she had to um, retrieve the garbage. It, The tractor seat is not a priority, she says. Oh, yeah, I know it's not good for me. I mean, I was drinking water, Fatima. We were both drinking water. And I had a fan, and I had ice, and it was just, it was like, it was just a mess. I, I could have jumped in the pool, but you couldn't fit another body around that pool, let alone in the pool, if you tried. It was way too busy. Like, way too busy. It's Walt. There are still people here with no power since Friday. Wow. There's a tree on the site next to me. It's on their site, but it's between the two campers. And I went out Sunday morning because I wanted to see if any pieces of the tree branches had fallen on the roof of the camper. And every couple of years or so, this tree is amazing. Like, it will grow exponentially. Every couple of years, I have to have them come out and trim the branches back because they hang over the roof of the camper. This is one of those years. And I noticed that there's still a broken branch up there that I complained about 2 years ago that they never came out and took off. So I went back up to the office and told them the tree needs to be pruned back a little bit again. So they put me on that list. And then the electric meter display took a crap. I noticed that while I was dumping the tanks. I happened to look at the electric meter and it said DISP, which is display, and it wasn't even reading the right kilowatts on it. So they're going to fix that Friday night when we get down there. Sherry bought a couple of those neck fans. I'll try them out when we go camping. I know a couple of people that have them, but I didn't really hear any reviews on them to see how well they work. But I'm just so glad that heat wave is over. Like, I was happy when I walked out of work today and it was like 73 and breezy, and I was actually chilly. Like, it was a nice reprieve. Trust me, I was okay with it, raining or not. Tracy is interested in knowing how the neck fans feel on the back of the neck. You will have to let us know. All right, Chris, have a good night. So, what else? But we had the air conditioning set when we got down there. We kept it on 80 all week, so it wouldn't go on too much. And then over the weekend, because the sun, the camper sits this way, and the sun rises over the left rear corner of the camper, and it comes diagonally across to the right front corner. So all day that sun is beating down on the roof of the camper. We had the thermostat for the air conditioner set at 75, and it didn't cycle once the entire day. The only time it shut off and cycled was when the sun went down. So the air conditioner couldn't even keep up with the heat from the outside. It only would cool down to 81 the entire day on Saturday. So that's how hot it was. So that was that. I couldn't get it down past 81. We had it set at 75. Like, just because 68 would be too cold in that size camper. So we normally keep it at like 73, 74. We wouldn't get down that low. It just would not let it go down that low. And I had cleaned the filters out, both of the filters on there. So you never would have gotten down to the 75 or the 68. It just wouldn't do it. Sherry figures between the neck fan and her boonie hat, it's gotta help. Well, like I said, I put ice cubes down into, like, I took a handful of ice cubes and I went like this and I went, bloop. That felt good. So, anything to cool off. Like, I was like, it was a mess. And it rained, like I said, it rained Saturday night. I was hoping it was just going to be a crap show all day, but it wound up being sunny on Saturday, so I was like, ah, dang it. Possum and Possum's mom. It's the truth. I took a handful of ice cubes and threw them. That's exactly what I did. I ain't ashamed of that. Shit, I was trying to keep cool. Possum's like, what did I walk into? So, needless to say, I was glad when 4 o'clock came and I was able to pack up and get the heck out of Dodge. Walt recalls seeing a YouTube video headline about a Japanese-made neck air conditioner. Yeah, you can get them in a fan. You can get them in an AC. It's shit on a shingle. This weekend we have a trail ride and a meeting on Saturday. I gotta do a review video on this camera. I was gonna do that over the weekend, but it was too damn hot. My neighbor's cardboard recycling blew into my backyard again. My mother messaged me on Sunday morning. All of Alan's recyclable garbage crap is in the backyard. No, what day did I call him? Saturday. She messaged. Saturday night? Wait, we were there Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was Friday. After they had that storm. She goes, all of his recyclable cardboard and garbage is in the backyard again. So I opened up the bird feeder camera. And lo and behold, there's this huge box that used to have a bathroom vanity in it. I found out yesterday. Plus McDonald's, I have pictures. McDonald's wrappers, disposable gloves, soda cans, plastic, like all this shit. And this happens all the time. The space between my house and his house is like a wind tunnel. And when that wind kicks up, because somebody doesn't put a lid on their recyclable garbage can, it all blows into my backyard. So I called him on the phone after my mother sent me the message. And I said, hey, Alan. I said, your garbage is in my backyard again. He's like, oh, well, I'm in Puerto Rico right now, and I'll just call my wife and have her go in the yard and pick all the stuff up. I said, Alan, it's a huge vanity box, McDonald's wrappers, soda can, like you name it, it's in my backyard. And I've told you about this once before. I don't know what you got to do to control your recyclable garbage. Get cans with lids. I don't give a flip what you got to do. You need to control your garbage. Like every 2 weeks, I'm out there picking crap up out of my backyard. His son ain't going to do it, and his daughter ain't going to do it. So he goes, okay, well, I'll call her and let her know to come to clean up the yard. That was Friday. Yesterday, I gave it a day. I was busy Saturday. I couldn't look at the camera, whatever. Yesterday, I opened the bird feeder camera, and what's in the backyard? All the same freaking garbage that was there before. She didn't even go back there and clean it up. So guess who had to do it? So I sent them a text message, and in the text message, I sent them all the pictures of what was in the backyard. You want to see the pictures? I'll show you the pictures. Here's the pictures. This is what my backyard looked like all weekend long. Okay? Here's by the back steps. Now disregard the dead branch because that came out of one of the trees. But here's the box. And here's by the back door. Yeah. All that shit I had to pick up out of my backyard. And I was pissed. Like, we came home from the campground, and I said to Jim, I said, before you park the Jeep in the driveway, I said, let me get out and get the grabbers out of the garage. So I got out of the Jeep. I opened the garage door. I took the grabbers out, and I was on fire. Like there was smoke coming out of my ears. Okay. Yeah, it's all flammable. Like yeah. So I walked down the side of the house, and like I said, when you walk down my driveway, there's a little turn, and then you go down this little walkway between the two houses, and my yard goes this way, and his yard goes that way. Right. He keeps all of his 62 1,000 garbage cans on the side of the house. Broken, missing wheels, like. So I walked past the garbage cans, and I went down to my side of the yard, and I dragged one of his cans with me because it's going back over against his house. And I started picking up the shit. And like I said, as I was picking it up, I was taking those pictures I just showed you, right? So I got the grabbers, I'm picking up the garbage, I'm putting it in the can, I'm walking the can all around the backyard. And like 10 minutes later, like Jim knew I was on a mission. Like he was like, oh shit, right? Like I was livid. So like 10 minutes later, he comes walking down the side of the house into the backyard. Didn't even say a word to me. Right? He walks over and he grabs the box and he starts putting like the garbage in the box and you know. So I had to walk. I walked the entire 50 by 100-foot lot, picked up all the garbage, including what blew into the bushes. And he's like, where do you want this box? I said, up against his house. It's his box. It goes against his house. Filled up the can, put it up against his house. So he texts me back. This is what he says. So I wrote in the text message, I picked it up with 2 angry faces. Right? He says, sorry, I didn't. I would have. I'm still here on the island. I said, I know. But apparently, I'm just letting you know that apparently your wife didn't pick them up either. And he said, okay. I just told her. You just told her on Sunday when I spoke to you on Friday and you said you were going to tell her then. I don't give a rat's ass if you're on the mainland or if you're in PR. You have three people. Now, mind you, when we got home, nobody was home for the weekend. He was in Puerto Rico. Lord knows where she was. The son wasn't around, according to my mother, all weekend long. And the daughter works 12-hour shifts at the hospital. You barely see her. The son is good for shit. He doesn't pick anything up. Doesn't even bring the garbage out. He's the one that had the generators stolen because he's still. You know what? I'm done. Anyway, so don't tell me that you were going to tell her on Friday, and you're like, oh, I just told her on Sunday. Come on, man, do better. This is a constant problem. Constant. I was half tempted, and I had to bring myself back. I had to pull myself out of the mindset of dropping lower to a lower level. I didn't want to bring myself there. I was going to take the box and the garbage in the box and throw it over the fence. But, like I said, I did not want to be that person. I did not want to stoop that low. We keep all of our boxes in the house. We have a space in the living room. It's about 5 feet, where if my mom gets a package, if I get a package, if Jim gets a package, the boxes get stacked. The cat picks out her favorite, which she has right now. The cat picks out her favorite box. The rest of them get stacked up. Hey, Ska. So that they're in the house and not blowing around the outside and getting on people's property. All right? That's just rude. Our recyclable, the cardboard and the commingled plastic and glass is picked up every other Wednesday. So one Wednesday it's cardboard, the next Wednesday it's plastic and glass, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Our plastic and our glass, we have 2 garbage cans in the front of my house. One of them is for regular garbage, that one has a lid on it. The plastic and glass gets on a second garbage can right next to it. And we keep them up in the front so it's easier in case I'm not around. My mother can pull the cans right up to the curb. Which never happens. I always bring the cans out, but I'm just saying. That's where she wanted the cans. But we have 2 cans. 2 cans. So I feel like I was in the right to let him know again that it wasn't picked up. And his wife has the attitude. This is a story in itself, but the long and short of it is, I feel like his wife is above. She feels like she's above having to clean that up. And yes, 2 unbroken cans. Yes. Which after I bought them after my father passed away, because the cans that we had holes in the bottom of them. I went to Home Depot and I spent $100 on 2 garbage cans with wheels and lids. And I spray painted the house number on the side of it, so we had decent cans. So, yes. Time for a fence friend? What's a fence friend? Yeah, those pictures, Sherry. Buy him a couple of large bins, keep the recipes, and when you have to clean up the crap from your yard next time, call the law. So, needless to say, like I said, I did not want to stoop to the level and throw the box. First of all, Jim probably would not have let me do that. Throw the box over the fence. But it's getting to that point. Why do you need 62 garbage cans on the side? It's not a true number, but I'm exaggerating. Why do you need 62 garbage cans lined up on the side of your house? Half of them should be out to the curb going in the garbage anyway. And then he complains to me because he has a rat infestation. You have a rat infestation because you're having work done in your basement, and every time anybody on that street has construction done or any kind of, it disrupts all of the wildlife. And then everybody has rat problems for like a month, maybe 2. We called Orkin because he's saying that it was our fault. Plus, we had mice in the house. So we needed to call Orkin anyway. But, and then last Saturday, not this past Saturday, I'm on my way to my gig because I had one 2 weeks in a row. I'm on my way to the gig. My phone rings and it's him. So we saw that you had like pest control at the house doing some work and stuff, and I have a rat infestation now. Can you tell me who you used? Oh, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Yes, plus his trash. Yes. So I started laughing while he was on the phone. He says, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "You were calling me out 2 months ago saying that we had rats. And that because they were on my lawn, it was we had rats. Not you had rats. We had rats." You had rats, and I've told you this before, because you're having construction done on your house. Everything's getting disrupted, and your garbage cans are full of garbage. It never gets brought up to the curb. I said we called Orkin. Orkin was there for 3 days in a row. So, yeah, you got a rat problem because wherever they were that you're working on has been disrupted. So, yes, that was my Sunday. I didn't fully get a chance to vent about that because I was too busy stewing and seething about the fact that all that crap was in my backyard. So now, today I came home from work. Nobody's home again. I'm assuming that he's still in Puerto Rico or he's coming home tonight because a lot of times he'll take a night flight. Well, that's why we called Orkin. We had all that work done by Orkin 3 weeks ago, Sherry. So all of our stuff is sealed. All of our stuff is sealed. It's remediated, like they put traps down in the cellar. They did such a good job that there's not one thing on it in any of those traps in the cellar. We haven't had an issue with in the kitchen. We haven't had an issue in the crawl space. Like they ripped. I'll tell you right now. We spent $8,500. $8,500 to have them, and this is a group. This is like everything all together, right? Come in and assess the problem. Lay down traps in the cellar in the kitchen and in the crawl space. We don't have an attic, we have a crawl space. They went into the crawl space, took out all of the old insulation that was up there. They did a rodent remediation, set traps, used environmentally friendly, not pesticide, there's another word for it, to keep them away, sealed up any holes around the outside of the house, the inside of the house that they could get in. And then they waited 24 hours, and then they came back and they blew in all brand new insulation up in the crawl space that has an environmentally friendly, it's not a pesticide. It's only for rodents. It's not for insects. But you know what I mean. And they blew in all new, safe insulation, and $8,500 because we had a little bit of a mouse problem in the house. We had a couple of mice. They found a couple of alive mice in the crawl space, so they got them out humanely, sealed everything up, like did the whole 9 yards. $8,500, all 3 floors, 4 floors. So I really don't think we have a rat problem anymore. My mother saw a rat yesterday walking across the sidewalk in front of the house, in front of the front door, but he ran back towards the neighbor's house. So it's his problem. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. They did a lot of work for $8,500. When you see him, ask what you should do next time. Throw it over the fence. Throw it in his front yard. I can't. It's like I am doing my absolute best to keep that house together. Me and my mom. Mostly me. Because she can only do so much. The last thing I need is for you to come over to my house and blame me for having rats because of some work that you're having done. No, no way. He has demonstrated that he doesn't care what happens to it, so you're just checking, letting him know that something will be happening to it next time, and you're giving your yes. This is one reason I live in the country. People are crazy, and I don't want to deal with this crap. And yes, we live in an old trailer, no silver spoons here. I live in the suburbs. I mean, it's a ton of money, yes, but you have to understand that my father was the type of person, he had no problem spending money when something had to be done to the house. Structurally, whatever, had no problem spending the money where it needed to be spent. But on the other side of the coin, he also did not like change. So that's why it took another 40 years for us to have new siding put on the house. Another 40 years to have the driveway done. Another 40 years to have any kind of landscaping done. So all of this money that we're spending is stuff that needed to be done to the house that my father wouldn't do. So it's not like we're spending money just to spend money. I had all new landscaping done in front of the house. I had bushes torn out. I had flowers put in. I had mulch laid down. So it's, and every time I get something done, something else pops up. So everything seems to be on the even keel now. We didn't insulate the house. We only had the crawl space, or what would be the attic, or whatever you want to call it. There's no floor in it. It's just wooden beams. So they blew new insulation up there. It's going to help with the heating and cooling costs in the house. The house was built in 1948. So it's an older house. So the stuff that we're doing is stuff that needed to be done because it needed to be done. And like, up until my father passed away in 2023, we had a ceiling fan in the dining room that had been in there since 1984. And my mother was constantly asking, can we please get a new light? This thing doesn't light the room very well. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The first thing we did was change all the lighting in the house. She wanted new lights in the dining room. She wanted new lights in the center hallway. She wanted new lights in the upstairs hallway. She wanted new lights was the first thing she wanted. Because he wouldn't do it. So now it's catching up to us. All the stuff that the house needs is the stuff that we're doing now. Did my father know the people personally who were doing the work? No. Working, the pest control people did all the work. They took out the old insulation, they put in the new insulation, they did the remediation, they did all the ceiling, like everything. They did everything. $8,500. So now if they were just gonna take out the old insulation and put in new insulation and charge every $8,500, then I would have second guessed it. But they did a shit ton of work on top of that work. So they did a lot of work. They did a whole lot. No, I always make sure that when I get quoted a price on something, or I get an estimate or something or whatever, I get at least 3 of them. And then I'll ask a couple of people who I know that have had the work done. Like, I'll ask my boss a lot of questions, because, he's always having something done to his house. And, he's owned a house before, and I don't own my house, but I feel like I own my house. And, so I'll ask him, and I'll ask Jim because he's owned the house, and so I got a lot of, you know, free advice and stuff before I go out and have work done. Um, the guy that cuts our grass every 2 weeks, we've been using him for about 3 or 4 years now. I got his number from my boss, who uses him also. He did the landscaping in front of the house. So he put in a strawberry vanilla azalea tree, because we already have an azalea bush in front of the house. So he put in a strawberry vanilla azalea. It's shaped like a tree instead of a bush. He laid down mulching. He put in flowers. He put flowers in my mom's flower pots on either side of the door. He put in, what are the really big bushy flowers? They look like a ball, but they come in like purple and or blue or white. You can get them in different colors. I forgot what he called them. Hydrangeas? Are they hydrangeas? Let me see if I can. Hey, Holla. Oh, I know. I know it's always something. I understand. It's, but this always something doesn't need to happen all at once, is what I'm saying, you know, because it's not my money that we're, it's not my money. It's my mom's money. And I understand it's got to be spent and it's got to be used. And, because she can't take it with her. So, and the house needs stuff. And my father made absolutely sure that there was money there to do stuff with. And is it hydrangeas? Wait, let me see if I can open the bird feeder camera. I don't know if it goes over that far. What's up, Jeff? Wow, Diane. Let me see if I can see it. No, it doesn't go over that far. Dang it, I can't pan that camera. Yeah, it doesn't go over that far. Okay. So, are hydrangeas the ones that change color according to the soil type? I don't know. But he made sure that he got these flowers in almost the same shade as the siding on the house. Like, that's how blue, we've got blue. That's how close they are. It's like really amazing. Blue hydrangeas, yeah. And then, like I said, he planted. We already have an azalea bush in front of the living room windows, and he planted a strawberry vanilla azalea, but it's got a trunk like a tree. It's about that big in diameter, and it's so he planted that. And then in the fall, right before he does his fall cleanup, he's going to do the backyard because the backyard needs help too. So yeah, it's almost like it's. I mean, you've never seen the blue siding that I picked for the house, or we both picked for the house, but It's darn close to that. It's a couple of shades darker, but it's a nice contrast. And then in her flower pots, he planted. They're not tulips. The really tiny flower. It's got like 4 or 5 petals, and it comes in like pink or white or purple. Oh, the name is like right on the tip of my tongue. What the heck are they called? What are they called? No, Holland. What the hell is the name of the flower? Look, the finches are going. Thank you, petunias. Yes, that's it. The finches are going nuts on their feeder today. I just filled this feeder, and my Jim said there were like 12 finches. I'm trying to feed off these 2 finch feeders today. Um, yeah, petunias. That's it. So he did all that planting, laid down like mulch. Like I'm just trying to like make like do improvements to the house that need to be done, and I'm not. I mean. Anyway, the moral of the story is that the blue is the same family but a different shade and a different like the other flowers are the hydrangeas. They're like really. I call them snowballs because they're really poofy. You know, they look like one of those Hostess snowball things that you would eat. But if you add a certain time lime to the soil, the white hydrangeas turn blue. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So yeah, so it's like like I'm doing my best, people. Like, stop letting your stupid garbage fly into my backyard. Like, control your garbage, okay? Just control your garbage. That's all I ask. That's my rant for the evening. I hope I didn't scare you. And I'm almost out of Dunkin'. My rants aren't as good as Jim's, but if I didn't get that off my chest, I was going to explode. I was literally going to explode. You missed the whole thing, Jeff. What else can I rant about? Um, that's what life's about. Express yourself. It's all good. Okay, Madonna. Express yourself. um, so that's what's going on with the house. It's like we're just taking care of shit that my dad didn't want to do or didn't like to do, or making up for it because it all happens at the same time. So I think we got it like evened out now, and I think we're on a. I guess so. I mean, I'm on the borderline. It's the borderline after a holiday. You know, I could just keep going on with the lyrical limericks. What else is going on? What else? Let's see. Yeah, so he's gonna do the backyard right before his fall cleanup because the sun spends a majority, 3/4 of the day in the backyard and really doesn't get sunny in front of the house till like late in the afternoon. He's not gonna do anything with the backyard and have it burn off. So you said in the fall, before I do my cleanup, we'll do stuff in the backyard, make it look good. And then that'll be done. And then it's going to be carpeting is going to be next. How do you find out, besides measuring, like, can you go on your town's website and put in your address in the tax records or something to find out the square footage of your house? I don't know how many square feet my house is. And I'm not going to ask my mother because she sure as heck isn't going to know. Like, how do you find that out? Anybody have an idea? I need to know the square footage of my first and second floor. Like, I know how long the living room is in feet. Because our living room runs from the front of the house to the back of the house. So the living room is like 23 feet long by 13 feet wide, I think. We have a long living room. So it's living room, dining room for downstairs, and then up the stairs into the center hallway, and then my room, my parents' room, and the little room. Like, you know what? I bet if I dig through all the damn paperwork that my father saved, the receipt for the carpeting is probably in there somewhere from 40 years ago. Length times width. I'd have to have somebody come out and do damn math. I'm not good at math. My math will wind up with like 60 miles of carpeting. Length times width for each floor, not including the kitchen, because the kitchen is hardwood. So it would be the living room and dining room, downstairs, and then length times width for upstairs. This is some mathing stuff. I don't feel like mathing. Like times with if it's in feet, divide by 3 to get yards. Casey! Scott spent a fortune carpeting their house wool carpet, but the moths ate them, so they look terrible. Why would you lay down wool carpeting? I mean, I know you're in the UK, but yeah, the carpeting is not horrendous. Yeah, that's true, warmth. Like the carpeting isn't horrendous. Like it's that typical 1984. It's not shag. It's a pile carpet, but it's not shag. It's like your typical 1984 carpet, but it's like that brown and beige and tan in it, and you know. And I wanted to put something a little bit, since we had the siding done, something a little bit lighter. Bringing some more natural light in the room. They will come with the new device they use nowadays called a tape measure. Yeah, for you guys, it's warmer because well, you had that heat wave, so I don't know about all that now. um, yeah, our house was brown and beige. They bought brown and beige carpeting. It's how do I explain it? It's a high pile carpet, yes. So it's a pain in the ass to vacuum, but it's because it's starting to wear on the edges, like where you walk the most, right? Walking in the front door, right where the doorway into the kitchen, um, going up the stairs, all the high traffic areas. Well, that's another thing, Hala, right? Underneath the carpeting that we have now, there is a green carpet that my great grandparents had put down, but it's not wall to wall. It comes out off the wall maybe about that much, but it's not an area rug. Like it goes from the front of the living room to the back of the living room, but it's off the wall about that much. It covers the whole floor. And when they put in the carpeting that my parents had put in, instead of laying down matting before they put the carpet down, they used that rug as matting for the rug that we have now. So if you look in certain parts of the floor, especially by the fireplace, you can still see like the outline of where that rug underneath it is. And then underneath that is a hardwood floor that's never been finished. I can't remember the last time that hardwood floor has seen the light of day. So not yet. That's the next thing that's got to be done. My mother said, "Well, how about if we just like rip out all the carpet in the living room and have the hardwood floor be finished?" And I said, "Well, there's two problems with that." I said, "You'll be complaining that your feet are cold in the wintertime. And what the heck was the other thing? It'll echo. There'll be nothing to absorb the echo in the room. So then you'd be complaining that everything echoes." So that's when she was like, "Oh, yeah, never mind." I said, unless you want to rip that up, we'll have radiant flooring put in. I mean, it's up to you. Measure and math. I can't, but Bill had to figure out aggregate all the time. Find someone that's good at math. Yeah, exactly. Vikings rule the cup, says Sherry. Yeah, I know. It's just mathy. It's too mathy. Hardwood floors are nice. I agree with you, Holly. We have them in the kitchen. And it's a very dark wood from what I remember when I was a kid. Um, and it would have to be like totally sanded down and restained, and it would just be cold. And my mother complains about the weather every day of the week. I don't need her complaining that her feet are cold in the winter and that the room echoes. It's on your mortgage paperwork and possibly on the insurance. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't have a mortgage. My parents paid the mortgage off, so that's paid off. Um, it's got to be on something upstairs in the box of things, you know. Finish a hardwood and buy area rugs. Yeah, that was another idea that she had, but they would have to be really grippy. Like I, I envision, like they would have to be really grippy rugs because the last thing that this girl needs right here is my mom falling and having her pendant go off that I got from work, and having both work calling me because her pendant went off because she fell, and it's like they would have to be like super grippy rugs, like, and that's the other reason why I wouldn't get a hard floor is because I don't need her falling and busting the hip, because we all know what happens when elderly people bust a hip, and I don't want to deal with that right now. Sherry install flooring. Oh, she loves flooring that can be mopped, scrubbed. Also, older folks like the warmth of carpeting. Won't show each room, but a general idea. Okay. Where we buy from should measure in. That's what I thought. I mean, they're going to come out anyway, right? So, yeah, it's got to be like, I don't need my mom falling. Like, I just may well just crawl into a garbage can and die at that point. So, anyway, I mean, like, okay, so the fun part's like picking out the color, right? Oh yeah, they'll measure anyway. You could tell them it's so many square feet, and they're gonna measure the shit anyway. Anyway, yes. So carpet will be, man. How expensive is carpet? I don't know. We priced it. We were in Home Depot one day after I had my surgery. I had to do my daily walk, right? So the store that day was Home Depot. We decided to walk around in Home Depot, and we stopped over by the carpet. I was just like checking out the samples of different colors and stuff that they had. So I don't know. I don't even like. Last I checked, carpeting was like $1 something a square foot, right? Yard, square something, square yard, square foot. I don't need my mom falling, Jeef. God. I think there is an app that will measure for you, then figure out the square feet. Just to get an idea. Yeah, that's all I need is a rough guesstimate. It's more than that. Yeah. Well, you're talking like 2 years ago, right? So $1 to $7 a square foot. Yeah. Depends on what you get, what kind of material it is, what it's made of, what kind, how stain resistant it is, and oh my god. And there's so many different choices and colors, and it's Charlie Grace. What's up there, CG? What are you doing? We're talking about carpeting. My house needs carpeting. Eventually. Padding is as much or more than the carpet. Yeah. The padding is extra. And do they still use that foam rubber multicolored stuff under rugs carpeting nowadays? I don't even know. I have no idea. I need to hit the freaking lottery, okay? Super Jelly got to check out Pelican. We were invited. What can I say? It was a fun time. Oh, they have better stuff. Okay. And like I said, it's been a couple of years since I checked out carpeting and backing, and you need to hey, come to Jersey, lay some carpeting. I don't have anywhere to put you, but we have a really good hotel that's nearby. Good padding means less wear on your carpet. The multicolor breaks down easy into bad stuff. I can picture that, like when I was a kid, I used to say, oh, the multicolor, like they just pressed all this odd stuff together and it came out multicolored. Yeah, it's wearing on the high traffic areas, just like every other carpet, you know. The only good spots where the only good spots where the carpeting is like brand new is like under the bookshelves upstairs in the little room. I remember when I was cleaning out my father's stuff from that little room, and I moved something that hadn't been moved in like forever, and you can see how that carpeting had never seen the light of day, since the first day it was installed. And I was like, wow, this feels really good. Like it, and then you step on the other stuff and you're like, wow, this is really like matted down. Like this is worn out. Oliver ripped up all his wall to wall except the bedroom. Found nice hardwood. And you had it like sanded down and restained and refinished it and everything. But do your feet get cold in the wintertime? That's the main thing. 1-1, it's tie game. And I'm sure Windex cleans up a lot better on hardwood than it does on carpet. So I don't know, man. I don't even own this house. CG subfloors are a mess. Need to replace and then do new LVP. If your feet get cold, just wear slippers. She does wear slippers. I mean, I have to give her that. She does. I just cleaned it a bit. Uh, as my cousin would say, because my cousin has okay, my cousin has my aunt living with her now. And when my mom had her little stints in the hospital, those 3 times, um, she'd call me every day for updates. So then I would tell her funny stories about something that my mother would. I don't know about these elderly people, she says. And she's a nurse. What are we going to do with these elderly people of ours? She says. There's like a 4-year age difference between my aunt and my mom. So I don't know about these elderly people. That Windex did a number on the floor. Oh, it's the cleanest spot in the house. Only cold in the bathroom on the tiles. Okay. Buy the carpet around certain holidays, Labor Day, Black Friday, Memorial Day. You'll save a ton of money and get better quality. Oh, save a ton of money, so get better quality. Also, muted colors hide 1,000 sins. There are worse things than broken hips, like tearing every muscle from hip to ankle and dislocating your hip. Ow. We always think we're 21, right? Hold my beer, I can do this. Oh, it's a square yard. See, I thought it was a square yard, but I wasn't sure. I don't know. I don't own this house. I'm just trying to keep it in one piece. He's still alive, she said. Well, that's a good thing. Charlie Grace, help me. So, yeah. No, you mean Yay Chuck, not Yay Bob. So the carpeting will be the next thing, eventually. Those elderly people, I tell you. Always something with those elderly people. The Lego is over yonder that way on the table. It's James Kennedy's. I'm at a Dunkin', my DD friend. I am out of Dunkin'. Chuck needs ice cream. He does need ice cream, right? I think she said they had ice cream for supper. No eating ice cream on the new car. Yeah, right? Tracy doesn't have any carpet, and they haven't eaten yet. And it's like Tracy's an hour behind us, so it's 7:38 at Tracy's house. Any substantial progress? Well, not since last week. I haven't touched it. I'm gonna work on it a little bit after I get done here. Yeah, so, the only place in the house that we don't have carpet is the kitchen and the bathroom. And the cellar, of course. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Did I rant on enough? Did I bore you all to hell? Adulting is hard. Like, who the hell came up with this adulting shit anyway? Who said we have to adult? Are there rules like do we have to really do we have to adult? Is it mandatory for us to adult? I need. I'm sorry if it wasn't as good as Jim's rant, Fatima, but my neighbor just pissed me off. He needs to go be neighborly in the corner, or in the bin, or in a dumpster, or so. I don't know. Go neighbor somewhere else because I feel like adulting is something that somebody came up with as a gag or a practical joke, and it's like, ha, we're gonna make you adult for the rest of your life. See how you like it. Should adult only about 1 month a year allows us to pay taxes and do paperwork, right? Rest of the year I ain't adulting. Fudge that. Nope. I think the older people came up with it, right? Like, or was it God? Like, did God say when He created the human? You guys, once you hit a certain age, you got to adult. Yeah, you do. See how you like it then. But we won't go into the whole religion thing. But you know what I'm saying, right? I think it's a practical joke that somebody thought was going to be funny. I, for one, am a Toys R Us kid. So therefore, I only have to adult 8 hours a day. And half the time, I'm not even adulting then either. Candid camera stuff, right? Surprise! You're on candid camera. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Some of you might be KB, and some of you might be FAO Schwartz, but I am Toys R Us kid. Wow, I just pulled those names out of out of the hat, didn't I? KB and FAO Schwartz. Everybody forgets about those toy stores. Yep. In Ohio, if your mother doesn't get the house out of her name within 5 years of her death, and there's a large hospital or nursing home bill, they can force you to either pay them or you lose the house. Oh. Well, Jim had already suggested to her shortly after my father passed away that she should sign that sign the house over to me because it would be one less thing that we'd have to worry about. Um, one less piece of paperwork I have to go through is getting the deed changed over. Um, my name is on her bank accounts already, so we don't have to worry about that. And so I can pay the house bills and make financial decisions, whatever. But they're always anything and everything that has to do with her money is always discussed with her first. I do not take advantage of her. I do not take advantage of her money. Everything is discussed, and she says yes or no. So Miguel had dinner. There you go. He didn't like my rant. He waited till after my rant. Do a TOD, not before. Financially better for you. A TOD. What is a TOD? Same in New York, but since you live there, there may be a loophole. Oh, okay. Oh, transfer of deeds. Hi, Rob. Transfer on death, recorded at the courthouse. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of that. I'll have to check into that. Cindy's dad signed the house to her. He died too. Um, so do 1,000,001 and say hello. So you heard my entire rant? Wow. And he refrained from commenting. Wow. Mom ain't going anywhere anytime soon. She just got a doctor's appointment last week. They are like over the moon thrilled with this woman's blood work. It's like I've never seen her blood work look this good in a long time. You'll not say hello, you will say Wibble. Why? Wibble's no fun. If you sign over now, you will pay on the stepped up basis. If transfer on death, the step up is on your mom, day of death, and you don't get zinged with capital gains. Oh. Oh. I'll have to see if Jersey has that. You should talk to someone. This is more important than carpet. I'm sure your mom and dad would want you to have it. I'm the only child. There is nobody else. No, it's stuff you think about, right? Because she's 81. You know, it's stuff to think about. I'm sorry. Don't make me wibble you right in the wibble. How rude. Wibble your own wibble. Anyway, back to the carpet. I think we've beaten the dead horse with the carpet already. So it is importantly important. Not at the moment, but it's important. That'll be the next thing. I just can't believe that I had to clean up my neighbor's freaking garbage out of the backyard. God, that just irks me to death. It's like, ugh, control your recycle. Ugh, so annoying. I know it's not easy to think about or talk about, but I'm sure they would. No, I know, Hala. I get it. I mean, it was a tough conversation when my mother told me years ago that her and my dad had their wills redone, and I'm like, why are we having this conversation? Like la 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 la. Because the stuff in their old will wasn't um, valid anymore, so they had to have it redone, right? She ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Her and my aunt are gonna be around till they're like my grandparents' age when they died. So my mom is like here to stay, according to what the doctor said. She's getting a little forgetful in her 81 years of being here, but it's tolerable. It was extremely windy lately, or is it an everyday thing? I'm telling you, after that rain today, I walked out of work and it was like chilly. The wind was whipping and it was misting and the humidity had gone down. I'm going, it's cold. I don't even know what the temperature is now. 66. 66 degrees. And there's a flood watch between now and 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I just want to know what it's going to be like on Saturday. Partly to mostly cloudy. 60% humidity. It's 80 at Tracy's house. Oh, but I do have a video that I want to show you guys. Yeah, I know, 100 plus down to 60 seconds. Like, uh so there was a lot of flooding down like the central part of the shore today. So There's video of people this morning in a BJ's, I think it was. They were shopping at the BJ's, and all of a sudden the roof caved in from all the water that was on the roof, and it flooded the BJ's. I'll show you the video. Here it is. Edma observed traffic stop on a busy highway to allow a mom duck and babies cross all the lanes. Yay! James had tornado touchdown 10 miles from your house. It was 80s in Hala's place, but then you ripped up the car. What did... Take your mother immediately to an attorney and get the lowdown. This is important so you don't get the shaft. I do not want the shaft. Well, that's why, like, we already have the power of attorney set up and all that stuff, because the power of attorneys that they had, my mother and father, were for each other and didn't include me. So when my dad passed, that had to get shafted and had to be between me and my mother. What's not in writing goes private and anyone can cause trouble. Yeah. Night, Sherry. So here's the video. The whole roof collapsed in the BJ's down the shore. 27 people were inside, and nobody got hurt. No, this is a different type of power of attorney. It's what they call it, not a general power of attorney, where even though she is still cognitive and can make decisions, if there's somebody that needs to be spoken to on the phone and she gets a little confused, I can make the financial decisions. I can talk to that person on the phone. It's a 50-50 split type of thing, but it covers a lot of bases, both medically and generally. So it's a dual power of attorney, something like that. I forgot what it was. Who did the power of attorney? Maybe ask them before bringing mom. The lawyer did it. A lawyer that the financial advisor suggested. He did it. Because she calls every year to check on my mom's financial status and stuff like that. And she says, I need you to send over, because she was retiring. So she was setting everything up for her, the guy that was going to supersede her. So she says, well, I need you to send over a copy of the power of attorney. So I'm like, okay. So I run upstairs, I go in the box, and I look at it. And I look at my mother's and I look at my father's. And I said, oh, well, this isn't going to work. So I called her back and I said, this, and this. She goes, take your mom. Here's the attorney's number. set up an appointment, get a new one set up, tell them I said they didn't have one that included me. It was only for them. So James saw the video. How was there only 47 people? There's always packed with 27 people. 27, not 47, 27. So 27 people in the store. When the roof caved in, 2 of them got stuck under the debris, but they got out and they were okay. Hi, love. Hello. James is home.
Silly hats are over.
Silly hats are over. Guy, look at that sexy guy. He's so cute.
Oh.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Taking my shoe. Yeah.
How was your silly hat night? Where's your silly hat?
Oh, it's in my
Which silly hat did you wear?
like pyramid.
The
green one. Can't see my hat. My hat's in the car in my apron case.
I didn't see.
You actually have seen it. If she goes back to the thing with the silly hats, that's the hat that I was in.
We were talking about the silly hat video.
Yeah. There were plenty of silly hats there. But
anybody wore a bag over their head?
No. Hello, Hala.
Silly Hat Saturday. Gotta check out the video. God, that's one of the first videos I did. Silly Hat Saturday. That was during COVID. We were always bored. We had nothing to do. Rob's in the video. Fatima's in the video. Huh?
He was wearing a cow.
He was wearing a cow.
I'm glad I'm home too, Fatima. Thank you.
Fatima was wearing a silly hat. I forgot. What was Fatima's hat? What did she have on? I can't remember. I have to go back and watch a video now.
I know Lucretia, she was wearing a colander.
Oh, yeah. Lucretia put a colander on her head. Bruce was in it. Rob had a cow on his head. Silly Hat Saturday. Silly Hat Saturday. I should.
So did everybody go watch Frank destroy his truck?
Who?
Frank.
Oh, my video. Yeah, that's almost an hour.
Most of it was Frank getting stuck, and then Frank getting unstuck, and then Frank having to change the tire, and then just to make things better, the president got his Jeep stuck not once but twice.
In the same hole.
In the same hole. It's going to be interesting. We're supposed to have a trail ride on Saturday, and it's supposed to rain for a good part of the week. So the trail should be interesting.
Yes. See if I can find that video. God, Silly Hat Saturday. The old panel days. And nobody likes being on screen anymore. It's Silly Hats. Silly Hats.
Search bar on that?
I do, but I don't know if it's searched by channel name or searched by video.
If you type in Silly Hats, you're going to find that.
M21. Wow. Let's see. Getting close. Getting close. Here it is. I think. Silly Head Saturday. It's only a minute and a half long. Share. Ready, Fatima? Are you ready? Are you ready? Erica. Oh my god, look at Erica. Holy crap. Fish had a pop out of it.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh,
Troy.
oh, grab it.
Sue.
Well, this battery, but
I'm saying,
you said the help on the Hello. That's not what I want tonight. Yeah.
wow. That is old. James bought a tent today. All right, my peeps. I'm going to get off of here. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Ah,
Thanks for letting me rant about garbage in my backyard.
that's a pyramid. That isn't even a hat.
And we will see you all on Friday. I don't know. I guess it depends on the weather. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do. And if you do, blame it on James Cat Niece.
Because he bought a 10.
Because he bought a tent. We'll see you on Friday. Bobby! You've been hiding all night. Are you at work? See you Friday. With more dun 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 things. Okay. Night, everybody. Do I need to send a hat picture? No. No. You're fine. Bye. Bye.